The teacher was Wallace, a British man, teaching us the book Romeo and Juliet. We were called the Department Z because we were the most stubborn, rowdy students in the school. Any decision taken by the headmaster, it was us to endorse it as to whether it should be applied or not. Dismissed, suspended from school, you had to come to us. And we had to say yes or no. Department Z was made up of kids, of chiefs, ministers, very, very stubborn, and always wanted to mention their names to everybody they met. One, very stubborn, cheeky, sometimes stupid. And we refused to study sciences because in science, 2 plus 2 is 4. In art, 2 plus 2 may be 3 or 5 or 6. You justify it. And here we were, reading books because Wallace wanted us to act Romeo and Juliet according to Shakespeare's written play. We said no. We know what Shakespeare wants to tell us. And there was this researcher, Department Z, relax. As we were arguing with the Wallace as to what and as to how we should play Shakespeare's Romeo and Juliet, there came a researcher from Netherlands. Yep.
Indeed, yeah.
Researching about African music. And I told him that if we really want to know our music, he should go down to the people, because our music, we live our music. We don't sing it only, but we live it. And out of the books we read, God's Beats of Wood by Usman Sembène, I taught him and I showed him the kind of music we live, so that he could know which direction to take as he went on with his research in our music. Because we wanted our music to be in Romeo and Juliet, and Wallace could not understand us. So with the Department Z, I tried to recall a story by Usman Sembene, now one of Africa's best film writers. Sonkari was a character in this book, hungry, 6 days without food. Man lives 7 days without food, and a woman lives 8 days. Sonkari knew that his days are gone. He was left with only a few days, or one day only, to live. And he went to look for food. He saw garbage, and he looked at garbage. And he saw these huge big birds, which we call kaloli here, as they were spreading their wings, eating everything there was in the garbage. Sonkari wondered if he could get just something a rich man or a rich family may have dumped in the garbage. And as he watched, he saw nothing. His legs wobbling, he saw a rat, a big rat, and we call it Ensomba bioma here.
Ensomba bioma?
Yes.
What does that mean?
A big rat, I don't know, perhaps. We call it Ensomba bioma, okay?
Okay.
And he saw that big rat, and he knew now this was a matter of death for him, to live or not to live. And he prayed to God, Holy God, who madest me and all things as to worship thee, keep me fit in mind and heart, body and soul to take my part. Holy God, what my light, lead me on with kindly light. Determined to get the rat, Sonkari mesmerized the rat, camouflaged himself into everything that would make the rat think he was not an enemy. And he strategized. Slowly, the rat stopped and Sonkari stopped. The rat moved, Sonkari moved, knowing that this was the time for his lunch, for his breakfast, perhaps, even tomorrow. The rat stopped, and Sonkari stopped. Slowly, he targeted the rat. He targeted the rat. He targeted the rat, and the rat ran away. Sonkari was found dead in the garbage from which he was looking for food. Now, that's our music. That's the music we live. Music of the garbage and music of hunger. So when you write in your research, let them know that we live our music. We don't just sing it like you do in the West. We live it.
I see.
And that was Usman Sembele.
Usman Sembene.
Yeah.
Wow. So when you look at it like that, like what is then the worst thing that came from the West to Africa?
Nice question. The worst thing that came from the West in Africa is the gun.
The gun. Ah.
You know, we changed our music. The West brought the dance or the music of the gun. The Chinese invented the gun in 1834. And that was a smoke gun. Then it started spreading all over, to Russia, to Asia, to Europe, to America, Latin America, and lastly to here. When it arrived here, we changed our music. The rhythm changed, and we started dancing the music of the gun. When it arrived here, I call it the first sin we committed as Uganda or as Africa in general. The first sin to have accepted that gun. It came through our kings as they met the missionaries who came with the guns. Do you know where I live?
Near the palaces, right? In Mungeri.
Right. So when one day you come and visit me, I'll let you see, I'll let you know, I'll take you to the clan leaders, and they will show you and narrate to you the narrative of the story when the gun arrived in the...
I think it was about the boldness which had been denied. We decided to use our political history in terms of the regimes we went through to bring about that statement that what we did in 30 years, a sober country would have done in only 5 years. That's the reason I wrote that play.
Alex is not one to take a break from the profession that was and still is his passion. He is known to write a play every year. We had to ask him about the first play he wrote, that is, if he can remember.
My first play was about my grandfather. No. It was about Muzukuru wa Kabangala. Muzukuru wa Kabangala is the grandson of Kabangala, and Kabangala is my grandfather. So it was like a true story in one way or the other. But it was about, again, a child, a young boy who gets out of the norm, the normal, who doesn't follow the stream, who doesn't go down with the river, but goes up against it. And I think in a way, that was me. So most people think that we writers, I go to places and I say, people say, don't talk because he will write a play about us. No. And I think people who do that write very simple plays. Plays are born out of ideas that have been nurtured and grown in one's mind for a long time. It's like birth. 9 months, the child has to come out. I think an idea also has a certain time when it has to come out in a big way.
Let's face it, for many of us, if it came down to going to the theater or the cinema, we would choose the cinema. But that could just be me. Does Alex feel that Ugandans are returning to theaters in strong numbers?
Ugandans are not returning to theater in bigger numbers. No place in the world has people turning to theater in bigger numbers. I don't want people to say that I'm the one who encouraged them to go to theater. Let them choose for themselves. Why did the theater die? How many theaters do we have here today? La Bonita only. National Theatre is a commercial center now. It is a wedding meeting center. It's not theater. There is only this theater factory trying to give it blood.
Can you explain to me in detail how that man missed from a blood?
We are happy to see you here. We are happy to have you here.
La Bonita is the only place, here where the infrastructure, the setting, the chairs are, very beautiful. The outside is very beautiful. But inside, what is happening is not that beautiful. Theater, as we people in the theater, we must do something very revolutionary in order to get different results. But otherwise, as far as I'm concerned, as far as theater is concerned today, there is nothing. It is on drip. But when it comes back, it's not going to come back in that normal setting of the picture frame stage, No. And I think that is the greatest limitation of theater, that stage. That stage has killed. People are tired of that stage. Even the actors themselves have written all sorts of plays in every angle on that particular stage. There is no new angle anymore on that kind of stage. And that's the mistake La Bonita did. He came back again with that stage. National Theatre has been with that stage since 1959. So we have been on that stage, coming from down, coming from up, coming from the sides, coming from where. Yeah, I'm sure even the stage is fed up of us. So I think if we have to revive theatre, we have to change the stage.
In November 2007, Alex Mukulu put up a spectacular performance for the opening ceremony of the Commonwealth Heads of Government meeting. The performance was different, unexpected, but entertaining.
One, two, three.
Dois, três. Deux, trois. Eins, zwei, drei. 1, 2, 3. Uno, dos, tres.
You know, we got a standing ovation. So that is the audience's reaction. Then, about the idea, the presentation. This is what I'm telling you. These things you can't know. We went out there to start rehearsing. No one knew. I didn't know what I was going to do. And we had a committee on our necks, you know. So they gave us a very short time to ripen this idea. When they told us that the venue is in the conference center and that the Queen is supposed to sit this way and the audience is supposed to sit that way, and the stage must be in the round. Now, because of our upbringing and experience on the picture frame stage, where the actors are this way and the audience is there, we argued that the venue is not right and the seating is not right. The Queen should change and sit that way so that we come in like this, as we are used to. They said the Commonwealth, that sitting, you don't change that sitting. That's the way they have been sitting since King George. Since when, I don't know. I remember we met the First Lady, and I asked her that at the end of the day, what do you want us to have said? And she said, I want to see that you have said we have come so far. And now here we are ready for the future. The stage was different. And in the stage being different, we managed to do different acts, which have never been done on the theater, this kind of stage we know. So, when you say that you saw something different, you begin from there. The difference was right from the setting, the stage in the round. Have you ever seen a play in the round? So that was the first one. And the second one is going to be again from us in July. Yeah, in July we are bringing it back. We want the people now to see it, because everybody is saying, well, sir, we didn't see it, but they said it was very good. We are now going to do something larger than even that.